Finally got my little chair. Oh, so I think I've been sleeping wrong. My neck has been kind of and it's weird because it'll shoot down like right here, all the way down my arm. I feel like it's a nerve issue, but either way, don't care. Got to keep doing what I got to do. I'm like, yo. So the biggest thing that has been sticking with me lately is hypocrisy, and the hypocrisy that people refuse to see. I've been talking a lot about healing lately and things that you see a lot from individuals who haven't healed and things that they do. So now I was just kind of curious, like, have you ever noticed how some people will judge you for the exact same things that they do themselves? How they'll sit there and disrespect you, but then at the same time demand respect? It doesn't make sense, does it? They'll gossip about people, then get angry when someone talks about them. Or they'll try and manipulate others, but call you toxic when you stand up for yourself. The things that they do just doesn't make sense to me. And that's the reason why I want to talk about this today. So I have prepared me a little script so I can stay on topic, because y'all know how I like to talk. So anyway, as I stated, the hypocrisy, the double standards, and why people often attack the people who expose their contradictions. So first, the main thing that I want to talk about is something I've learned in this life so far. A lot of people don't actually want truth. They want comfort. So when people come to me and start wanting to vent, I always ask them, I'm like, hey, are you seeking solutions or are you just seeking a source to get it out? Because as I stated, a lot of people don't want truth. They want comfort. They don't want to solve problems. They just want to feel heard. And truth forces accountability. Comfort protects ego. That's why some people can clearly see flaws in others while being completely blind to the same flaws within themselves. As you go on a healing journey, you'll start understanding that a lot of things that you see is either something that is within yourself or something that you've recognized because of the fact that you've dealt with it, you've handled it, you recognized it in yourself. So now you can see it in others. When it comes down to recognizing and seeing a lot of things, it really comes down to patterns, honestly. A lot of things that I notice is from patterns, things that I've seen in individuals, things that I have noticed in myself, or things that have been pointed out about me that was brought to my attention. So when you sit there and you point it out calmly, instead of reflecting, that's when they attack you. They'll call you disrespectful just for noticing patterns. Let me give you an example real quick. So imagine someone constantly disappears when you need them. Excuse me. They never check on you. They only contact you when it benefits them. Mind you, a lot of people will hold with you, but they don't want to grow with you. But the one time that you distance yourself to protect your peace, now suddenly you're a bad friend. Kind of see the hypocrisy there? They want you to be there for them all the time, but they're not there for you. And then the one time that you disappear to do what you need to do, or you say no so you can take care of yourself, and all of a sudden there's an issue. The behavior, it was acceptable when they did it, but unacceptable when you did it. What was it? I think the baby stated, he was like, oh, it's cool when you do it, it's bad when I do it, right? So another example we have is in relationships. Some people demand loyalty while secretly entertaining attention from other people. Then the moment that their partner mirrors even a fraction of that energy, all hell breaks loose. Why? Because some people only understand pain when they experience it themselves. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've been there. I've done some shit in my past. Not proud of it. But I also understand the lessons that came from the things that I did. Not stating that it needed to be done. I take that back. It did need to be done in order for me to get to where I am now. As in the growth that I have, I had to learn those lessons. So those things needed to be done for me to understand what the repercussions are, for me to be able to reflect back on that and understand why that is not good. Now, this one I know that a lot of people can relate to. Parents. Some parents will criticize their children for emotional behavior. They literally modeled in front of them for years. I know you've had, especially my people, I know you heard your parents say, do as I say, not as I do. That whole phrase is hypocritical. It's crazy. So, for example, a father who explodes in anger every day may shame his son for having anger problems. A mother who constantly disrespects boundaries may get offended when her child finally creates distance. And instead of accountability, they use authority or guilt to avoid reflection. That's a dangerous thing about hypocrisy. It creates confusion. I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, look, if you catch me doing something I tell y'all not to do, please let me know. Man, you know how many times my kids be telling me, Dad, stop biting your fingernails. Dad, you left the light on. Dad, close the door behind you. I'm just like, you right. For me personally, I don't care who you are, how old you are, how young you are. I'm like, I feel that everybody should have accountability. Everybody should be able to help police somebody because one, that's going to help grow them into a leader, not block their throat chakra, help them to speak up in times when they need to. So that's the way that I govern my household. I'm like, I want everybody in the household to say something when they see something. But that's the dangerous thing about hypocrisy. It creates confusion. It makes people feel crazy for noticing obvious contradictions. But listen carefully. Let me clarify. Listen carefully. You're not wrong for recognizing patterns. I think it's the gum. Yeah, might be the gum. But anywho, you're not evil for holding people accountable. It's individuals who refuse to hold themselves accountable or take any type of accountability who are evil for attacking you, for noticing the things that they do. Now, that does not mean become bitter. It doesn't mean become hateful. But it does mean to protect your peace and stop expecting consistency from inconsistent people. Because one thing about hypocrites, they usually don't hate the behavior. They hate seeing the behavior reflected back at them. So pay attention to patterns, pay attention to consistency, and pay attention to how people judge others versus how they judge themselves. Because character always reveals itself over time. And remember, people who are uncomfortable with themselves often become uncomfortable around honest people. I say that again. People who are uncomfortable with themselves often become uncomfortable around honest people. And with that, relax your mind. It's all in divine time.